När ZTV-Nytt hälsar på i gruppens studio i Brooklyn, New York. Mitt i inspelningen av nya plattan. Ja, då kan han inte hålla sig. Type O Negative sångare och frontman. Men mer än kalsongerna vill han inte visa den här gången. Nej, istället får vi nöja oss med att tjuvlyssna på material från kommande plattan som heter October Rust och som släpps i augusti. Type O Negatives skivbolag har på en vecka bokat in drygt 60 intervjuer åt gruppen med journalister från hela världen som besöker studion.
It's part of what has to be done. You know, sometimes you feel like you're saying the same thing over and over and again, but you know, after a few days it's all done and then we won't have to do any interviews for another couple of weeks.
3 or 4 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
We did not realize that we would have this much press. I was told about this a few weeks ago, that we'd have a handful of people in the studio, but now we are definitely going to have a setback because of all the time we have to take out to talk to you.
Ja, när Peter Steele ryter till då inger han respekt. Men han har faktiskt en hel del humor också, denna gigantiskt stora man. När vi hälsar på så är drygt 90% av nya plattan inspelad. Hur det låter? Ja, Type O Negative har inte förändrats nämnvärt sedan förra plattan Bloody Kisses som sålde guld i USA.
She'll be bleeding again, and in the pine ways we'll all leave.
It's the most logical next step after Bloody Kisses. I would say very similar.
What's logic about it? The step that you've been taking?
I think with Bloody Kisses that the band finally found its musical style, as if we ever had one. Well, you know, whether or not we do, we just, you know, continue with what we found we're capable with. And, you know, this is a style that we are comfortable with and we're happy with. Because if we don't like what we do, I'm sure that the audience and that the listeners will realize that we're just a bunch of posers and hate us for that reason. I'm not the type of person that writes songs when I'm happy. I write songs when I'm depressed, which is really not too often. But instead of going out and getting drunk or getting high or punching someone in the face or killing somebody, I just sit down and write lousy songs and do no harm to anyone.
This is where we keep all the homeless people. Instead of making them sleep on the street, we feel bad for them, you know, because they all have long hair, they can't afford haircuts. So we bring them in and we let them sleep here, you know. So this is, yes.
Maybe you should introduce them, the homeless ones.
Okay, this is Josh, Kenny, Johnny, the band's manager.
Where did you find those guys?
Well, they found me, actually. So we were childhood friends, and we all got sick of our jobs and figured that misery loves company, and we just want to make the whole world miserable with our music.
När Type O Negative är i studion så är de högst professionella. Gruppen försöker jobba mellan 9 och 5, allt för att motsvara skivbolagets förväntningar. Men förbrukar gruppen lite studiotid så får de också tillbaks en viss summa pengar av skivbolaget.
We can come here and we could fool around, but at the money, you know, at the rate that you're paying to rent a studio, you're paying a lot of money. You can't, okay, I'm going to screw around today. You know, you have to get the work done. You know, so there is time for work, time for play, and you know, everybody still pretty much treats each other the same way. If not, we've all gotten a little bit closer to each other by working so much together.
I think too that it comes down to respect. That everyone knows that this is a very stressful situation. I mean, it should be fun, but it's really not as much fun as we would like it to be, because we all went and quit our day jobs about 2 years ago for this. So now we're forced to be here. We're forced to interact with each other so that hopefully we can come out with a product that we like and that our fans like. So like I said, you know, respect comes into play, you know,
Nya plattan beräknas ta drygt 2 månader att spela in allt som allt. De flesta instrumenten är redan nedlagda på band och nu hänger det mesta på sångaren Peter Steele.
A lot of it is all on him.
Pretty much. There's a lot of vocals and things like that. Every day is really different. There is no typical day, you know. All the bass, guitar, and drums, those are all done. So as we go from song to song, we put the keyboards, we put the secondary guitar, tertiary guitar, vocals, backing vocals, tambourine, moaning woman, you know, typical Type O Negative song.
Om 2-3 veckor är Oktober Rust färdiginspelad. Redan i april kommer gruppen att turnera med Deep Purple i USA och sen i sommar så kommer gruppen till Sverige.
Of course, we look forward to going back. We haven't had an opportunity to play there too much in the past, but I would hope that with the release of this next album, that we'll be touring all of Europe.